Good morning and welcome. This is Sunrise with Dr. Surajit Khanna. It's a news bite for anyone ages 10 to 25 years old, and it's brought to you by KhannaForKids.com. That's KHANNA for Kids, FOR.com. It's a good morning message, a short snippet of today's news, just for today's youth. We are on the air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, a little bit after 9 o'clock. We're a little late today, but please join us on Facebook.com/Khanna4Kids. That's Facebook.com, Khanna, the number 4 kids. And please share and like the page for us. Dr. Khanna is an attorney, a child safety advocate, a servant of the underserved. And he is also champion of the nonprofit organization, Voice of the Kids. He launched his post-incarceration Juvenile Justice Reformation Act initiative, which we call in short, returningyouth.com. Returningyouth.com, where we are returning post-incarcerated young adults in underserved communities back to a productive life by providing them housing, training, along with the required medical and psychological assistance they need to secure a job, to build a career, and greatly improve their lives. Today, we're going to talk about President's Day, and we're going to talk about Black History Month. I'd like to welcome Cynthia. Good morning. And I'd like to introduce now Dr. Surajit Khanna. Good morning.
Good morning, Gary. Good morning, Cynthia.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Those who are listening and will be listening. Today is Monday and a special day. It's called Presidential Day or President's Day, not Presidential Day. It's President's Day. Why it is called President's Day? Looks like all the presidents were born today. If you are not born on this particular day, you cannot be the president of the United States. That's what sometimes it means, right? Well, this day is the third Monday of February. Each year, there's a federal holiday because the first president of the United States was George Washington, and his birthday is on February 22nd. And Abraham Lincoln, who was also the 16th president of the United States, was born on February 12th. And we spoke about him last Friday, Sunrise. So, in order to honor the President's Day, I think the Fed decided that it might go on, and third Monday of February, they will honor this as a federal holiday so that all the presidents can be remembered, honored. And also, George Washington, being the first president of the United States, he's also known as the father of our country. Well, what I was planning to talk today was, everybody knows about George Washington, what he did for the country, the Constitution, and everything. Not many people know a little bit about his personal life. So maybe the young adults, those who are listening, they could get a little bit of news bite from here. It's a little more than news bite, but I would like to keep it as short as possible so that people can know a little bit about George Washington's, little bit of his personal life. Did you know that George Washington's family was not one of the, but the wealthy Virginia family, which had made a fortune in land speculation? George Washington's great-grandfather who migrated or immigrated from England in 1656, he bought 5,000 acres of land, including Little Hunting Creek on the Potomac River. So this is his background. And when he was born in February 22nd, 1732, at the Pope's Creek in Virginia. So he was the first of the 6th child of Augustine and Mary Ball Washington. So apparently you can see that his father was and his grandfather was from a very wealthy family, and so he inherited that. But his father was also a justice of peace and prominent public figure. That's why you can see his gene being a public figure comes there. Another interesting thing, those days, the wealth of the wealthy family, they would increase their wealth through marriage. Same thing happened with George Washington. On January 6th, 1759, he married, or he decided to marry, Martha Dandridge Custis, a 27-year-old widow of a wealthy plantation owner. That made him acquire 18,000 acres of land, plantation land in Virginia. That made him in the top of the list of a wealthy family. One other interesting thing happened in his personal life, based on his father and grandfather, that when they buy this land, they bought the land in exchange of slaves. So that was very interesting to know that during that timing, 1752, 1773, he had 84 slaves. And that slaves was against the marriage, not against, in lieu of the marriage of his widow wives. So in exchange of the marriage, they got that many slaves. But most interesting thing, which, because we are celebrating the Black History Month, it is important for all of us to know that in spite of George Washington grew up with this slavery, but he is the first one in 1778, he wrote a very personal letter to somebody, learned Washington, and made it clear that let us quit all this slavery. So he started actually the first clear indication that Washington was seriously intending to free his own slaves appears in a written letter to his secretary in 1794. So that means since 1794, the get the slavery free was introduced. But who completely took care of it? We spoke last Friday. Abraham Lincoln, during his presidency, he had the civil rights and he ended the slavery, which was a big, but George Washington started it. So that's all about George Washington. I know you can Google everything and find about his constitution, his country, his everything he did for the country. That's why he's known as the father of the nation, father of United States. But I thought this would be important for us to get a stone that because of February, maybe that is one of the reasons why February is marked as a Black History Month, to recognize. I don't know if that's the true or not, but this is the month also in February that George Washington started eliminating seriously the slavery, and he called it as what I just said was to get quit of Negroes. That's the movement he started, to get quit of Negroes, that means get rid of all the slavery. So again, thank you very much for listening today. And today is President's Day, so let us honor all the presidents, including George Washington. But thank you very much, Gary, for introducing this wonderful topic. And I know we have Saranthia here who wants to talk a little bit about the Black history, how we appreciate the African American achievements or people, those who have done enough for this country. So Saranthia.
Yes, thank you. I would like to give recognition to Henry Lewis. On February 15, 1968, Henry Lewis was the first African-American man to lead a symphony. For those of you that does not know what a symphony is, it is an orchestra concert. Thank you for having me.
Wow, that's wonderful. I I think, Gary, you know a little bit more about the symphony, right? You've been a music fan. So what do you think about the symphony?
In all honesty, the whole symphony orchestra thing was very closed. It wasn't really open to African Americans. So the fact that Mr. Lewis was finally recognized, and then African Americans are allowed to play in symphonies, was well overdue. There's no reason why anyone should be restricted from playing an instrument. It's based purely upon your quality, because the people that go, and I have friends and relatives that go to symphony orchestras, they are avid fans and they are listening to every little thing. And the quality of the players and the boss who's actually leading it is very important. They don't take there's no JV people there, in other words. So it's very important, and it's about time that an African American was recognized as a sympathy orchestra leader. So thank you, Sarinthia, for that. And
You are.
for fun, we always have some fun day, and today's the day. I have to say it. Don't call me fat day. It's Hippo Day, believe it or not. Today is International Hippo Days. You know, it's like those guys. They waddle in the mud. They yawn with those big gigantic mouth and gigantic teeth. However, they're very dangerous animals. So listen, don't call your spouse a hippo today. Just say Happy Hippo Day. Thank you. We are on every Monday and Wednesday and Friday here on, join us on Facebook.com / Khanna for Kids, KHANNA, the number 4 kids. Please share, please like, and please join us. We would like to have young people on the show with us. So if you're interested, Sarinthia is going to be a regular person here, and she's going to be joining us, but we want others to join us also. So please join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And please, we have a very exciting radio show this Friday, 3 p.m., also on Facebook.com / Khanna, the number 4 kids. We have the former governor of New York, David Paterson, the Honorable David Paterson. We're very excited about having him on, along with his doctor friend, Dr. Eric Braverman. So please tune in here Friday, 3 p.m. Please join us Wednesday on for SunRISE again. We'll see the 3 of us. And if you want to join us, contact us. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Khanna. God bless you.
Thank you very much. God bless.